What's going on, guys? It's Alex, and in today's video I am doing a photography Google Ads account audit. If you want an audit for your website, you can book a call with me in the link below, or just shoot me an email. I'm happy to audit the your account for you, especially if you let me make a video for it. So this is somebody that owns a newborn photography business. Pretty straightforward business and pretty straightforward structure when it comes from the Google Ads side of things. So first, nothing really stands out to me as too much of an issue. The CPC seems low, so I'm curious what they're bidding on. And then with conversions, it does not look like conversions are being tracked. So first, let me just check goals. And guys, if you're not tracking conversions, you can't tell if Google Ads is working or not. And all we have here is a page view, and it's the About Us page. So you would never want to target this, even if you are doing a page view. Thank you page would be a good conversion. Ideally, tracking the form submission directly if you can, and then phone numbers, phone calls, very specifically if you can track those as well. But ideally, you want to track a thank you page from a form submission, or the form submission directly if your website allows for that. But right now, without seeing the conversions, it's impossible for me to even tell if the account is working or how it's working. I know she had mentioned she had gotten some conversions, I think only 4, which for the price at, I think we were at a couple $100 there, isn't terrible, $300. But let's see. So looking here, maximize clicks is not a bidding strategy I recommend for a new account. And let me just push this out to see how long the campaign has been running. Yeah, so it looks like actually might have started just about 90 days ago. And again, no conversion data. CPC seems low, but we'll look into that in a second. Search impression share is under 10%. Let's see here. So there's a whole lot of room for budget. With maximized clicks, probably the issue is that this client is not bidding enough. Let me just click back into the campaign and see it's probably a really low cost per click bid limit. It's probably under $2. Just bear with me, guys, with the internet here. Maximize clicks, yeah, $2. Probably not ideal. I would change this to manual CPC just to see how much you need to be paying. Marketing objective should be website traffic, and this is probably, it's not selected, so we're good, but this should be leads instead of website traffic. Let's check the locations really quickly. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Let's see. Targeting looks huge, right? This is a huge area, all of Houston, all of Montgomery County. It's probably too broad. Yeah, this would probably be 2 campaigns. And I think the client is in the Woodlands. Why is this not working? Yeah, I think the client is in the Woodlands. There probably is enough demand just up here. I'm curious as to why these areas were not targeted. But you could probably just get away with a few radius targetings. But yeah, interesting targeting structure there. So a few issues there right off the bat. And let's look at auction insights. I just don't think we have enough data here because the budget we're bidding far too low. But we'll see. Yeah, we just don't have enough data here for the campaign because we're spending too little and we're not bidding enough to really see who we're competing against. And this could be an issue with the lead quality, guys. If you're getting clicks and it's not converting and you're running max clicks, Google won't tell you how much you should be bidding. They'll just get you clicks for that price. If your clicks are under $5 in almost any niche, it's going to be fairly low quality traffic, but you at least want to bid high enough to see, right? And unfortunately, we can't see because we're not bidding high enough. We're not showing up. We're showing up at less than 10% of the actual searches here. So big issue there. Yeah, the budget's not a huge amount, and then rank is 85%. But a lot of this does have to do with keyword targeting and budget as well, despite Google saying that only 10% of the impression share is because of budget. So, yeah, 12% of the time we're showing up on top, which is just not great. And the average CPC is $1.29. Let's see what's going on here in the ad group level. So one ad group, never good, right? You'd probably want to have a few more ad groups. Click-through rate is high enough for one ad group, so the ad is going to be relevant enough for a lot of users. How many keywords do we have? Ooh, yeah, 20. Again, not great. And I see broad match, guys, which is terrible. Let me just see if the auto apply is turned off. Really good. All right. So the client had probably set broad match, right? And again, without conversion data, you can't really see anything. But if you look at search terms, This will tell you why you don't set broad match. Right? Look at this. You're just showing up for whatever this says. You're showing up for these. Right? She's paying for competitor clicks quite a bit. If you look at impressions, it will be related to the campaign. But look at this. Most of the impressions came through for mom 365 newborn photography, right? So she had, looks like she had phrase match set before. For whatever reason, they were removed. And let's look at what was spent the most on here. Probably something newborn, yeah. But look, right? A lot of the budget is going into this, which is, I don't know if this is an area or a competitor. CADY, I don't know, that strikes me as maybe an area, but like Christmas photo shoot, you didn't spend a whole lot, but it's very unnecessary. If you all add all this up, it's a significant part of your budget, right? And if you have just $10 a day and you're paying for 2 or 3 of these clicks, more than half of your budget is spent on clicks that are just have no likelihood to actually convert. So again, jumping into the keywords here, right? All of this needs to be changed. I'm not sure why it is broad match, right? I would change this all to, I would run both. I would run exact and phrase within the same ad group. Newborn photography would be its own ad group. Newborn photography Houston would be its own ad group, right? Baby photography near me would be its own ad group. Newborn photographer near me would be its own ad group. Newborn photos is going to go in the ad group with newborn photography. In-home newborn photography, I don't know if I'd run that. There was a lot of demand actually, but that would be its own ad group. So basically you would have all these in different ad groups. So your in-home newborn photography ad, in the ad itself, or ad group, in the ad itself says in-home newborn photography. Looking for an in-home newborn photographer. And you would only want to run this ad to a landing page that mentions in-home, that is only about in-home newborn photography. So the photos are very obviously in people's homes. There's reviews, you build social proof, right? I would probably not run this one because you could get away with the rest by just going with a just a standard landing page without having to go too crazy. This would be its own newborn family photos. Some of these best maternity photographers, completely different than newborn photographer. So this would be its own ad group and would also need its own landing page. The Woodlands, its own landing page, because you don't want to send traffic that says, you don't want to send traffic to a page that says Houston newborn photographer or Houston newborn photography. You don't want to send that Woodlands newborn photographer traffic to that page. It's too different. The intent there is two different intents, right? So big changes here. Probably 3 or 4 ad groups. I would probably just do 2 or 3 to start. Exact match, phrase match, manual CPC. See what you need to pay to actually start getting conversions. Run that for a while. Let's see the ads. 1 ad, which is fine. Let's see what the ad itself looks like, and then we'll do a landing page review as well. All right, let's go to the home page, which is fine. Obviously, guys, you want to run traffic to a landing page. Let me just make sure I'm going back to the right one here. Yes, we are. All right, newborn photography. This is not necessary. I probably wouldn't run 2 and not in caps. I don't know if Google's even going to show that because it's a longer URL. Move this out of the way for you guys here. This is not necessary, right? Nobody knows about your brand. You don't necessarily need to add it. These are just lowercase now. You always want to run title case. Converts better. Some of these aren't bad, right? Lifestyle newborn photographer is probably not going to convert. Baby photographer, probably not going to convert. You wouldn't want this. You wouldn't want this. This would be assets. Book now, right? You want to add pricing, right? You would want to at least have pricing. Book now is good as a call to action. Maybe inquire now. Get pricing, right? Let's talk. You want to add a few more calls to action as well. Descriptions, professional newborn photos. This one doesn't mention newborns. This is great, but you also want to include a call to action as well. In-home would be its own. Professional newborn photos, right? And you probably would want to add, I would probably add dynamic keyword insertions here as well. She missed adding the business name. Make sure you add that, guys. Sitelinks are added at the account level. Never add sitelinks at the account level unless you're just adding content, a contact page. So this is not necessary. Blog services you would never add because it's just one service, newborn photography. And you would not want to add those at the campaign level. No phone number, which is understandable if you don't want calls. Ad is fine. You know, a lot of room for improvement there. I'm just going to check if she ran any experiments, which No experiments. Guys, you also would want to run, at least in this case, a max conversions experiment with a target cost per acquisition of probably 15 or 20 bucks. It would be on the higher side. Not really a whole lot else to check. Let's check the assets as well. So like I always say, guys, you want to add assets to the ad group level or the campaign level, never to the account level. This is at the campaign level, and then that's fine for the account, but you would still add these at the campaign level, right? For example, the blog. These two are fine, but you would just rather add it to the ad group level. This way you can get really granular data. Just a few site links. Again, I'd probably add a few more, like portfolio, stuff like this. Pricing is huge. Helps to pre-qualify. No callouts, so you guys definitely want to add callouts. And that's really all you would add. And did she add her Google Business Profile? No. You would also want to add your Google Business Profile if you have an address. If your Google Business Profile only has a service area, it doesn't. You don't need to add it. So a lot of improvements to make on the campaign side of things. Running ads all day, not necessary. Probably should not be running ads from 12 until at least 6 a.m. And that's really all we're going to see there. Now just jumping in quickly to the landing page. There should not be a pop-up on the page that you send traffic to, right? It's a really bad ask, and it just deters people from what you want them to do, which is actually just click on your fill out a form and get in touch with you, right? Here you would want a call to action, or you want a headline and a call to action. So this should say, you can include moments in light photography, but you want it to say newborn photographer in Houston, in the Woodlands, or near you, something like that. It should say, if the user is searching newborn photographer or photographer for whatever service, this page that they land on should have that keyword right at the top. Below that, a button. Inquire now, let's talk, whatever call to action. Ideally, the button brings the user down the page to a form. You can take the user off the page, it's fine, but ideally, bring the user down the page, right? Yeah, this should be probably as a title, but not family photographer. It's two different services. Design is fine. Probably would want to add more photos up here. This is great. Here I would probably add a photo of the individual running this business. More about my services, I think probably just goes to another page that's not designed to convert. Yeah. Right, no calls to action on this whole page. Right, book your day. This is good. Actually, this page is not bad. So yeah, see more. It should not be see more. It should be, yeah, this is, you don't want these pop-ups either, guys. This should just be a book now, or let's talk, or secure your date type thing. Gallery is kind of slow, and you don't want the scroll, just because very few people are going to do this. You want to add it all in a row. Make sure you're converting your photos to WebP. It doesn't have to be super high quality. You can have it so the user can click on the photo. Love letters, I would probably just change this to client feedback, see what people have to say about whatever, the company name, something like this. This you would not add to a landing page. Blog you wouldn't add. Yeah, so this is not a page that is designed to convert. So a huge sticking point there as well, right? Immediately here you need a call to action. And if we look at it on mobile, right, no call to action at all, no way to get in touch with the client, nothing. No call to action, no buttons, right? Nothing here. So if I was curious about pricing, or I wanted to actually book this service, I can't book it here, right? There's nowhere for me to book it here. There's nowhere for me to book it here. There's nowhere for me to book it until here, which brings you to another service page. There's nowhere for me to book it here, right? On mobile, it'll never convert. There's no ability for it to convert. Anyways, you guys, that's really about it. I hope you found this video helpful. As you can see, there's a lot that needs to be done. You would almost be starting from scratch. So not the end of the world, but there is a lot of changes that would need to be made to actually get the campaign to work, to even have a chance at working. I know it has converted so far a little bit, but it's just broad luck in that case that it has converted, especially for the spend. For $283, you should have at least 10-15 conversions, right? Worst case scenario, assuming you have the campaign set up properly and assuming the landing page is designed to convert. And ideally you're getting conversions for $5, $10, $15. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys this audit. If you made it this far, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget, click the link put down below. You can book a call with me or send me an email. I'm happy to audit your Google Ads accounts. And if you run a photography business and you want me to audit or run your ads for you to actually get you leads and help you grow your photography business, click the link down below, book a call with me. I love talking to you guys. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.